All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a bounce Roni and queso at this level, which is a very key level, very key. And we're going to be talking about exactly what we need to be looking for. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share it on MySpace and on your Zanga page and on your AIM Instant Messenger, because we're going to be getting into the juiciest analysis right here. All right. Shout out to the Casper crew, VIP Discord this morning. This is the long trade that we took, or at least that I took, during the New York Open VIP live stream, as we recognize that things could give us a push to the upside. And of course, we still have our short trades open, guys. As you can see, I'm still short. I'm not just long here. I've got a $200,000 cumulative long position, but I'm still got about a $200,000 Bitcoin short position right now. Bitcoin shorts, as you can see, are still in $30,000 of unrealized profits here. And our long trades right now are up about $7,000 in unrealized profits. All right. Now, it's been a very interesting month of June. It's actually been quite a profitable month of June since, basically, we had these short trades here with a few nice longs along the way down here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. Huge shout out to our doctor. He says, hi, Jason. Shout out to Crazy Waffles, who just shared on his AOL account. Shout out to JJ Nitro. Shout out to Court, Count Henry. Shout out to Turpine, Hunter. Shout out to John M. Like the stream. Shout out to Ben. He says shalom. Shalom right back at you. Shalomski. Shout out to Free Will. He says, yo, Jay. He says, shout out to Dusty Hunt. He says, enlighten us, the walking kitty. All right. Shout out to Anita from Austria. All right. Please look at the DXY dumping after a little pump. All right. Shout out to the bird next door. Guys, make sure to like the stream. Also, shout out to the sponsor of the channel. First of all, major shout out to BingX, one of the exchanges I'm trading crypto on. Also, shout out to ZOOMEX. And shout out to MEXC. MEXC right now, the best deal you could possibly get on fees, period. All right, shout out to Market Cipher. Shout out to Apex. If you want to become a funded trader, we are officially partnered with Apex. Links in the description, pinned comment. And also, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where our multiple instructors are doing live streams multiple times a day, giving you their level setups, ideas for Bitcoin, altcoins, and other assets, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Click the link to join the best trading community in the world. All right, most recent trade given in the Discord was this one here. All right, it's not a signals group. I'm not giving signals, but when I take a trade, I let people know, hey, I'm taking a trade, here's why. All right, now, we got to talk about this Bitcoin price action because the developments right now are juicy. Juicy as all get out. All right, to use that baby boomer phrase. All right, my father would use that phrase, and so I'm going to follow in his footsteps and say that things are crazy as all get out right now. Okay, here's why. Here is why. Bitcoin, guys, coming down to where did we bounce from? Where did we bounce from? Let's start with that. Where is the bounce from? All right. This bounce, and I have a sad story about the bounce too, guys. I do. I have a sad story about the bounce that I will tell, but it's all good. It could be sadder. It could be sadder. Long time no giveaway. Well, if you want the giveaway ATFJS, go tell all your friends, call your mom, call your uncle and your uncle's mom, which is your great aunt, I think. I don't know. And say, come like Jason Casper stream. There's this sweaty guy with a stringer on a treadmill, bad lighting, bad quality camera, and he says he will give away $1,000 if we get 1,000 likes. Please like the stream. All right? All right? That's what you got to do, my friend. That's what you got to do. Okay, so what is going on with the Bitcoin? Let's head on over to our chart. First of all, the elephant in the room. The big fat elephant in the room is the big Ben Armstrong BitBoy green dot on the daily market cipher B, which technically speaking is potentially a hidden bullish divergence. Now, we had a hidden bullish divergence here. This is even more oversold. All right, now let's take a look at this here, okay? I am just talking about the chart. I am not telling you whether I'm bullish or bearish yet. We have a hidden bullish divergence on the daily with the money flow getting higher on the daily. Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed. This daily candle right here is really going to be, hang on. Okay. This daily candle right here is really going to be, I'd say, a big indicator of whether or not we can expect a healthy move to the upside, or if the move to the upside is simply just going to look like this picture of me in college when I was getting my degree in trans non-carbon binary emission gender equality intersectionality studies. This confirmation of the green dot is going to tell us whether we are going straight up Dr. Fauci, or if we're going straight to university because we need to get a better job. This Bitcoin stuff isn't paying us off. Now, when we come down to the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? We see a very deep oversold wave. We have not seen an oversold wave this deep since August of 2023, baby. And when we got that oversold wave, look at that. I mean, look, we'll just put a line here. -99. Well, golly gee, Wally, call me Aunt Molly, put me in the trolley. That was the bottom, man. Now, am I saying this is the bottom? No. Once again, I'm just simply telling you what the chart objectively is saying right now, what it looks like. I'm like a weatherman. All right, the weatherman, he doesn't really know what it's going to do. He's just telling you what it says on his screen, okay? Because we need to build some context here. Now, where did we bounce from? We bounced from a key level. Actually, if we go to my chart that I use, that I share in the Casper crew, we bounced from this very key area right down here, the daily plus 886 fib, 58,232. Right, this is like last hope retracement area, last hope retracement bounce from this area. All right, so that is where we are bouncing from. Now, very interesting. If we take a fib from the high to the low, where did we reject from? We rejected from the Fibonacci 886 level. Or if we take a fib from the low to the high, where are we bouncing from? Right around that Fibonacci 886 level. Now, what does this mean? Maybe it means this, guys. I mean, summers typically, at least the last summer, was very low volatility. Maybe it means this, just more range. Okay, it could mean that. Now, here's what we need to also just be blatantly aware of, all right? If we start to take this low here at 56K, if we take 56K, what does that mean? That means, officially now, on the weekly time frame, we are going to change market structure bearishly, right? We've changed market structure bearish, I'd say, on the daily time frame. Already we have our high and our low and our lower high, right? You could say high, low, lower high, lower low. We've made our lower high, and now potentially going to make a lower low. If we do take that low, the weekly candles will be making a lower low for really the first time here, which I'm talking like candle body close, which would be a major bearish sign. Now, the things that make me scared about this Bitcoin chart right now, let's get it out of the way first. The 2-month chart, a very, very bearish shooting star candle here. All right, we have never actually seen a candle like this. This 2-month candle up here, this purple candle, we have never seen a candle like this in the history of Bitcoin. We have 4 days for the next 2-month candle to close. When we go to the monthly chart, actually, before we even get to the monthly chart, let's just acknowledge the fact that we potentially have a 2-month bearish divergence here. And so in 4 days, we're going to know a little bit more because we're going to have another candle of data here. When we go to the monthly chart, we have confirmed bearish divergences here. All right, confirmed bearish divergences. As the price is getting higher, divergence is getting lower. On the weekly time frame, you could make the case that locally here, we have a bearish divergence right up in here. And across from the previous all-time high to where we're currently at, money flow is getting lower, momentum waves are getting lower. It doesn't look very, very bullish. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't look very bullish. And we'll be honest and say the case that the top is in has legs. All right, the bearish case here has legs. We have a lot of bearish top signals here. When we go to the daily time frame, what do we see? We see double drive of bearish divergences. First, this high, we had a bearish divergence on the daily, and as we came in to make a lower high, we got bearish divergence as we start to form that lower high. Okay, so the context here is the higher time frames, in my opinion, are not looking bullish. They're looking quite bearish. But as we start to get down to the daily and the 4 hour, it looks like we're starting to form a bottom, which is either going to do one of two things here. Either this bottom that we're going to form at some point, I'm not saying this is it, but it looks like she's really starting to form now. When you see oversold waves on the daily big green dots, that is very, very significant, all right? It's very significant. That's why I'm saying this daily candle is so important. When you see this kind of stuff, that means a bottom is in. And so what does this mean? It either means, in my opinion, we can look for a bounce. Now let's say the bottom's in right now, all right? Let's say that the bottom's in right now. If the bottom is in right now, we have two very important areas of resistance to be aware of. Area number one is going to be the back test of $63,000 because that is the value area low of the range. If we come above 63, 67,000 is going to be our next area, which is the point of control of the range, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the last high to the low, right? Those are going to be our two major areas of resistance. So if we get a significant bottom here, we could look for something like this, in which case we need to either be prepared for a rejection to make a lower low or a reclaim. And if we get the reclaim, well, again, there's no reason why we can't go back up toward the top of the range. We've been in this range since February. We come to the high of it, we come to the low of it. We come to the high of it, we come to the low of it. There's no reason why we can't come back to the high of it, especially if the idea that I have presented here about a potential triangle forming is a valid idea, right? Because so far we have two touches to the bottom, and if we start the triangle from this second high here, we have two touches from the top, right? You could continue this trend line up and it lines up nicely here, right? So something like this, very significant, I'd say. And if we come back up to the top of the range again, I mean, it would just be ranging. It's pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. Now, for me, as I am watching this happen here, as I'm watching this green dot, I am looking for long trades right now. I'm holding my short trades from the top of the range, and as we come down to the bottom of the range, I have to be looking for long trades, especially since the daily market Cipher B is giving us a bottom signal, all right? Which is why I took that long trade in the Casper crew this morning, and which is also why I'm in a long trade as well from a bit lower that I took on Monday. All right, now sad story about this long trade, guys. I had a limit order set on BingX at 58,250. All right, 58,250. 58,250 is right here. All right, I had a limit order set to long at 58,250. All right, this was my limit order down here. Now, guess what? I was driving. Now, you guys saw my last long trade on Monday, all right? You guys saw my last long trade on Monday. And long story short, guys, yes, I ended up taking multiple long trades on Monday. I was trying to catch the knife, all right? These are the trades I took. All right, these are all the trades I've taken on my MEXC account in the month of June. All right, I made 20K and I lost 3K, so about 17K in total profit. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and set a limit order to try and long the level that we were looking at in the Casper crew, because I knew this was the last resort level. All right, this was going to be our last resort level here. And what happened was I was driving, and of course when I set a limit order and I'm driving, I always make sure I have my stop loss in place. So I have my stop loss, okay? And basically what happens is as I'm driving, my wife is in the passenger seat, I get the alert. I'm like, what does that say, Big Butts 28? She says, Bitcoin crossing. You know, I think my alert was like 58.6. I'm like, okay, we got to pull over. So we pull over. And no internet on my phone. Dang, because we live in the middle of the mountains, right? So, okay, we drive farther, we pull over again. And I grab my phone, and I'm scrolling through, and I open up the ByBit chart on TradingView first. And I see this on TradingView. I see this really nice bounce. I see this really nice wick right from the level. Now, remember, my limit order was at 58,250. So I front ran it by a few bucks thinking, all right, let's see if we don't get this juicy bottom, right? And I see the bounce from my level. I'm like, yes! Yeah! Yeah, man! Right? Well, then I open up BingX. And guess what? All I see is the short trade open. All I see is the short, no long. It's like, oh my goodness. What happened? I realized BingX didn't hit the level. Oh, BingX! You know, that's why they call it BingX, right? You see it hit the level, it went bing, but then you check the exchange, X. Just kidding, Jason. You know, that's really bad marketing if I'm trying to shill exchanges. Link in the description for BingX. Now, here's the thing. I did FOMO in here when I got a little retrace because I said, this is now or never, baby. And I'm already in a short trade, right? And I've already made, again, in the month of June here, on this account, you know, I've already, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14, 15K I already made in June. And I'm like, okay, I'm up 20-something thousand on a short. I already made 15K this month, plus I made another 17K on MEXC, plus I made another 10K over on ZOOMEX, all the exchanges, right? June was not a bad month, right? And so I'm like, I can take the risk. All right, I can take the risk here because we're already locking in these juicy profits here. And so I took the risk after a small retest, and that is currently the long I'm in now. But moral of the story is, guys, trading and driving, not the best. Not the best if you're trying to catch the exact bottom. All right, not the best if you're trying to catch the exact bottom. All right, so that's my sad story. I sat there not knowing what to do for like half an hour, but eventually, if we go down to a lower time frame, I'll show you where I ended up getting in on this trade. It was based on a very low time frame pullback here. I said, well, it was this candle right here, guys. This candle right here. This one purple candle right up here, we dipped down to a nice little support resistance flip we had right here. I'm like, it's now or never, baby. Let's go. Let's go. And so far, you know, we're doing all right, baby. We're doing all right. Now, let's assume that the bottom is in. Oh, by the way, I did hit a TP1 on this as well. I took out some of the trade as well already. Let's assume that le bottom, as we say in Francois, is in, or el bottom, as we say in España. Let's assume it's in, all right? So let's say the bottom's in here, all right? What are we looking at right now? Well, as per usual, guys, if this is a bottom here, and again, we don't have divergence, but we have a very, very deep oversold wave, and we have the mirror mode uneven butt cheek pattern. See, a normal divergence is the regular butt cheek pattern with the juicy left and the skinny right, but mirror mode butt cheeks. All right, skinny left, juicy right. This is called a, I don't even know what this is called. All right, this is just called the mirror mode butt cheek pattern, right? Let's say the bottom's in. If the bottom's in, we go to the 1 hour time frame. We have seen that as we hit that bottom, which was a key level, it was not a random level, it was a key level. As we hit that level, we are seeing some bullish divergence here. right? Momentum getting higher as the price is getting lower. Wow. And so if this is the bottom, we have officially now, you know, we had our low, our high, our lower low. Now you could say we've made our higher high here, taking out these previous highs. So I would be interested in pulling the fib and looking to see what happens if we come back down into this area right here for a bit of a retest. Why would I be interested in that? Well, it's because we're forming now money flow getting higher, trigger waves printing on some of these high time frames. And when you form a nice bottom with a bullish divergence at the bottom, most of the time, when you come down to retest that golden pocket zone with a trigger wave, it actually gives you a significant bounce, either for a lower high and it's just a scalp trade, or it ends up being a pretty juicy trade. Now, this is a zone, again, we go back to our high time frames. Remember, this is no arbitrary level. When I'm looking for a bounce from a local retest here, we have to understand that we are coming down to the bottom of a macro range here. And so as I'm looking for the longs, I'm doing it with the mentality that if this thing confirms here, there's a real good chance that we end up eventually coming up toward 67K, or maybe even back to the top of the range, right? It could be a nice swing trade opportunity here. So that is the mentality that I am looking for longs with. All right, in my opinion, looking for shorts when the daily is bottomed out like this is, it's not the smartest idea. Could we dump more? Yes. But I'm not going to be looking for shorts until we at least come up to backtest this key zone, or potentially even juicier would be to come and test the 67,000 confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket, right? The 618 Fibonacci. The 618 Fibonacci. My high school crush, the girl who broke my heart, 6 Juanita. The 6 Juanita Fibonacci level. I asked her on a date. She said, Jason, no. She said no. I thought we were going to become best friends. And I was right. I was in the friend zone. That was all we were. She said, Jason, I like you like a brother, but not like that. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. The rejection right here. Look at the purple candles flowing out from my heart. The candles of rejection. Oh, ow, ooh, ugh. Painful. The pain and the anguish. But look, you know, that's just part of the game, right? That's just part of the game. This is why I'm straight MGTOW. MGTOW. Men just go their own way. You know, who needs women anyway? You know, who needs women? You know what I'm saying? What good do women have anyway? You know, we just do everything we do with women, but with other dudes, right? Huh. Sounds weird. Whatever. So, you know, that's the thing. Those would be the levels I'd be looking out for. Now, if let's say this is straight up dead cat bounce. All right, let's say this bounce is straight up just like this picture, right? Janet Yellen in the woods, bearish divergences on the face, laundry basket on the head, big spear in the hand, toned midsection, but really triple chin. Obviously, this isn't going far, right? It's not going far. We just roll over here. Ugh. Where are we looking for next? Well, again, this could be a massive, Bart Simpson pattern, right? Could be, right? Bart Simpson pattern. Actually, where is Bart Simpson? Let's Google him. Bart Simpson. All right. Let's see here. Here we go. Hey, here we go. All right. We're gonna take this nice Bart Simpson wallpaper front print out, heads on 11 by 17 from Flickr.com. And we're going to put it here on our chart. We're going to stretch it out, okay? It's our Bart Simpson pattern right here. We're going to change the opacity a little bit, all right? Where are we heading down to? Well, I think it's pretty clear. Honestly, I do think it's pretty clear that if this is the Bart Simpson pattern, then our next area is going to be the eyes, right? The eyes. And the eyes, that's going to be coming in at the low 50s, around 52K. Why the eyes? Well, because this is the last area of support that we really have here, around 51K. It's the last little bull flag we made before the last big move to the upside, right? Now, if we lose that, then we're looking down to the neckline. The neckline is around that $40,000 area that we had back in January, because especially if we go to the weekly time frame here, hang on now, because we gotta, especially if we go to the weekly time frame, we can really see that besides the eyes, where we have a weekly order block, we really don't have anything until we come back down to the neckline of the Bart Simpson pattern. those are going to be the two major areas that we need to be aware of on the way down. The low 50s and like the mid 40s, really. And look, again, I say this. As time progresses here, I am questioning every day whether or not the top is in. Like the bull market top. I don't want to say, I don't want to believe it, guys. But as CryptoFace said on his last, well, I don't know if it was his last, on one of his live streams last week, I think it was Monday, he said it's hard to argue against the people that say the top is in. It is hard to argue against them because, you know, they bring forth some pretty good evidence. I mean, when I look at this monthly chart here and I see a confirmed bear div money flow and momentum, man, if this was the 4-hour time frame, we would be looking for a massive swing short. If this was the 24-minute time frame, I've been looking for a nice day trade to hold for a few days. Guys, this is the monthly. And what's really kind of scary is, and I'm not trying to spread FUD. Look, I'm not. We just have to be like, and you come to your own conclusions. You make your own decisions. I'm just looking at the chart saying it does freak me out, okay, that this is the case where on the monthly time frame we really don't have any support until a retest of 32K here, with a bearish divergence confirmed and a massive move up to the upside. I mean, that it could be devastating, honestly. I would still be bullish overall on Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But again, I'm holding out my Bitcoin that I am planning to sell. My next sell on Bitcoin is going to be 80K. You know? And every day that goes by, I'm not going to lie, I do think, should I sell what I was going to sell here right now? Should I just take that money and run? It goes through my head. If we start to see changes in market structure on the weekly, I might actually FOMO out some of my spot Bitcoin for the purpose of saying, you know what? I'm here to make money. I'm not here to catch the exact bottom and top. And if we're seeing bearish signs on the chart, I won't regret it if I take my profit from the Bitcoin that I bought below 20K. I won't regret that because now I've actually taken the money and I can do things in my life with that money. Maybe I'm going to build a new barn on the homestead. That's actually a project that we're going to be doing. Maybe I'm going to build a barn and invest in something tangible so I can produce meat and milk on my own land. Meat and milk is more valuable than Bitcoin, let me tell you. All right? Because when the fecal matter comes into contact with the revolving apparatus, don't matter how much Bitcoin you got, but if you have some dairy goats, maybe a cow, you're going to be living good, man. You're going to be living good. All right? So look, this is just my honest opinion. I ain't nobody. I'm just a guy on the internet, not a financial advisor. You know, I'm a guy. I day trade. I'm a short time frame trader. In the past, I've made a lot of money in the past 2 Bitcoin bull runs. Okay, I've been in Bitcoin since 2016. I put my life savings into Bitcoin right around here. All right, that's how I was able to buy a homestead property. Made a lot of money in this run. Made a lot of money in this run. Looking to make a lot of money on this run too, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to question. Just being honest with you. I'm not a financial advisor. The Lord has had favor on me in my past investments and endeavors. So take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's hop into the chat and see who we got in here. Let's see who we got in here in the chat. Uh-oh, hang on. Some stuff is going on. Bitcoin taking a little tumble. Bitcoin taking a little bit of a dumperoni in queso. All right. So Lazar, he says, look at your log chart with the halving days. I feel you, Lazar. Like, that's what's keeping me from selling, right? I'll be honest. The market cycle pattern of the fact that we're just getting started after the halving, that is what is keeping me from selling. But the more time we spend here and the more bearish things look on the chart, on these high time frames, I'm second guessing myself, right? Just to be totally honest. I wish I could come here and say, you know, I'm 100% confident, but I'm not. Right now, I'll be honest, I'm about 50-50. I'm about 50-50. Right? I'm about 50-50. Shout out to Man Bear Pig, just a pencil neck stopping in to say dump eat. Alright, well, whatever. Shout out to Anthony T in the chat. This is the Bearish show so far, but let's be real, you could be right. It makes sense. Yeah, I'm 50-50 right now. I'll be honest with you guys. You know? Shout out to Crypto Coons. Shout out to 5YourCello. He says, I love your streams, bro. You're new. Well, God bless you, man. May God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. All right. I will give all my crypto to institution. And you know, Allison, that's true. But here's another thing. Like, the reason I got into crypto in the first place is not to get rich. All right. It's not. I didn't set out to be a millionaire. I really didn't. Okay. That wasn't the initial goal. But the reason I got into crypto is because I have the mentality of I want to be as self-sufficient as possible. Right? I don't want to have to rely on a boss to give me a paycheck. I don't want to have to rely on the grocery store to give me food. I don't want to have to rely on the municipality to give me water. And I don't trust. I don't want the Federal Reserve to steal my money slowly through the dollar. This is why I got into crypto in the first place. Now that mentality shifted as I became a trader, where I'm literally earning dollars trading the volatility on Bitcoin. But I still invest heavily in Bitcoin. Now here's the thing. Having a lot of Bitcoin to me does not matter as much as having the things that I need to be self-sufficient. Like if I have goats, if I have cows, if I have sheep, if I have chickens, if I have put money and investment into my property so that I can provide things for myself, that to me is the goal here. So if the institutions buy my Bitcoin and I get out of here with no dollars worth, but I have everything I need to be self-sufficient, to me that's the win right there. That's the win right there, right? That's my mentality. So everyone has a different mentality. Some of y'all just trying to get rich. You want to drive a Lambo. I will never in my life own a fancy car. Never. I'll never even own a fancy shirt. Never. Never. I don't care about that stuff at all. I don't care about fancy social status nonsense crap. I don't care about that at all. All right? I'm out here working hard in the heat, in the sun, in the sweat, in the dirt, because I love it. I love it. And I feel that's the way we should all kind of go that direction, because honestly, the way the world is heading, the only two solutions are, number one, localism, right? People got to do more stuff for themselves. Quit relying on the dang government for all your crap, right? Rely on yourself. Rely on your communities of people doing that kind of stuff, right? Number two, obviously, you know, you gotta put God first, right? You gotta put God first. I should reverse that. Number one is put God first. Number two is get together in strong communities, strong families, working hard together to do their own stuff, like we've always done throughout all of human history until recently in this modern society. You know what I'm saying? All right, enough of this. I'm sorry. So once I loved Monero, yeah, that's true. And I still have a little Monero going on there. Haven't really looked at it in a while. You know? Is XMR pumping right now? Let's check out XMR. All right, let's check out XMR. You know, I've got myself a stack of the Monero. You know, I'm a privacy coin kind of guy, you know, scratches the libertarian itch. Monero, XMR. Let's see. Monero just in the range, man. Just in the dang range. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm looking for Monero still to go to $1,000 at some point. Is it gonna happen? I have no idea. But I've been waiting, been holding out on it. In the last few days, since April, I guess, the last few months, Monero's back up to the top of the local range. We're at resistance. If Monero can break out of this, let's check out the weekly. Let's check out the weekly here on XMR. We actually got some nice bull divs on the weekly. If we can get this weekly money flow to cross again, could be bullish. But so far, no real signs of strength here. Not yet. We have a long ways to go. We want to hit $750. We got another 350%. All right. Shout out to our super chats in the house. All right. Shout out to our super chats in the house. Let's give a shout. All right, who we got in here? Major shout out to callsign RX. He says, "What's up, brother? Been watching Optimism for a couple weeks. Think it's gonna pump. Daily, weekly look juicy." All right, we'll check out OP, original poster. We'll check out original poster. If you're on Reddit. Alright, let's pop on over. Monero is good as dead. Privacy coins will never be a thing in the US. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. OP is coming down toward the 786. The weekly actually does look kind of nice here. At least the momentum wave. Let's check out our daily. Daily's giving us the pig nipple pattern. Alright. The pig nipple pattern. Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, we're getting the pig nipple pattern on the daily here. Yeah, so, I mean, it looks nice. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I would say. I would prefer to wait for lower, man. If I was looking at this. Not financial advice. The reason is, like, POC is just below. Liquidity is just below as well. Like, we've got some more liquidity at $1.57. Alright, you know. Yeah, that's what I would say. All right, shout out to Take Profits. Bro, is it illegal? Is it illegal? I follow all the laws. I'm a citizen of Paolo. I'm a citizen of Paolo. All right, so in my jurisdiction is I can trade on ByBit, I can trade on MEXC, I can do it all. I'm a citizen of this nation. And leverage trading is not illegal in the United States. It is legal, but there's certain regulations, certain restrictions. As long as you do it in the right way, as my friend. It's perfectly fine. All right. Let's see who else we got in chat here. Look it up, smart guy. Okay, let's look it up. Let's see what AI has to say, or whatever the search engines do. Let's take a look. Is leverage trading legal in the USA? Yep, it is legal in the USA. All right, there you go, my friend. The internet doesn't lie. You'll never find a lie on the internet. You know, never. How's the baby? The baby's doing good. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Helm. Shout out to Take Profits. Shout out to Dino. Shout out to Frankie Bull. Shout out to Jason Casper's gay. Jason Casper's gay says, Casper, I'm up 50 mil from your carbon emission studies. Well, I'm glad to hear that, my friend. I'm glad to hear that, my friend. Shout out to Wealth Row. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish, who shouts out Stacy. Is the Stacy in here? Is Stacy in here? Shout out to Barber Gang. Shout out to Heine. Shout out to BK. Shout out to Seek Parabolic. He says some people just love daddy government. Shout out to Trend Wave Rider. What is going on? Shout out to Sigma Crypto. Shout out to Herman. He says tops come with greed, not fear. I know, Herman. Yeah, now, Hernan, this is another reason why I am 50-50, my friend. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm 50-50. Like, the chart looks extremely bearish to me. Ain't gonna lie. But based on the 4-year cycle, and based on the fact that people are getting bearish, this is what's making me not sell. So I'm just being honest with you guys about the emotions I'm feeling and the actions I'm taking. I have not sold my Bitcoin because I'm planning to sell it higher. But I'm being honest to you about the thoughts that are going through my head, right? So I'm feeling these feelings, I'm thinking these thoughts. But so far I have not let these feelings or thoughts change my plan. Not yet. All right, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. People say, why do you always repeat yourself, Jason? Well, because I never know what I'm going to say on these streams. I never know what I'm going to say on these streams. All right. All right, shout out to my man Brennan. Says, take profits, you are a clown. Well, oh, yeah, take profits. People calling you a clown, man. Look, God bless Take Profits. May God bless Take Profits, all right? I love the guy. I really do. I appreciate you, Take Profits. May God bless you. May Jesus bless you. All right, so Divine Hood, he says, yeah, we're in extreme greed when we topped that 74K. Also, we're at extreme greed in the stock market. Okay, so Divine Hood brings up a pretty dang good point. That's true. The stock market is just pumping relentlessly. And, man, look, I'm not a stock market guy. I'm not a macro market guy either, right? My niche is very small. Admittedly so. My niche, very small. Crypto, short-term time frame trading, right? There are some people I highly respect when it comes to macro markets who are calling for a catastrophic stock market crash within the next few months. And so these are things I keep in the back of my mind as well, because I don't believe we can see a stock market crash, a real crash, without it also affecting crypto. Even if it ends up being bullish for crypto in the long run, it could see a fast, hard dump, right? And then in hindsight, we would all say, oh, well, it makes sense we got this dump. Look at market Cipher B on the monthly. How did we not see it coming? How did we not see it? We would say. But Divine Hood brings up a good point, which is people were getting quite bullish at 74K. at 72K. I mean, I was bullish as heck at 72K. Man, talk about flopping and groping, because, you know, look, I'll be honest, I have been pretty spot on with my Bitcoin trading since the beginning of this uptrend. I've been spot on with my Bitcoin trading. I literally longed the exact bottom. I took a long from here, 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 I took a long from here. I shorted this, I shorted this. I forget if I shorted this or not, I don't know. I shorted this, and I shorted this. I longed this, and I'm currently long from here. I've been pretty spot on with my Bitcoin trading this entire way up. But I have literally been dead wrong, because I was bullish at this last high, and now I'm bearish at this low. So I am admittedly out of the groove right now, because I was wrong with my last inclination up here, and now I'm feeling bearish down here. You know, I don't know. All this to say, I don't know. And I'm just being honest with you guys, right? I'm just a normal dude. I ain't nothing crazy. In fact, there's way better traders than me. I just have a YouTube channel, so people put YouTubers on like these pedestals, but we're just normal dudes out here trading crypto like y'all. And yeah, I was so bullish up here. I thought there's no way we're not going to go for this high. I was like, there's no way. I held a long trade, man, from here all the way down. Oh, you guys saw it on Monday. You know? So let's see. Let's see what happens now. Shout out to Divine Hood. People call crash within a few months. All right, the guy I'm talking about is Ed Bugos from the Dollar Vigilante. All right, I don't know if you're familiar with him. This dude is not one of those joke calling for a crash, all right? He is usually spot on with his tops and bottoms, macro top and bottom analyses. All right, so this is a guy I trust a lot. This isn't some random dude like on the internet. Shout out to Jib. Praise God, because he made his first 2 5-figure trades recently. He's thanking God for the blessing. I'm so glad to hear that, my friend. If we put in a new low, it will look like a Head and Shoulders, says my man Ben. Really? You mean, well, like what kind of a Head and Shoulders are we talking here? Something like this? Alright. Shout out to Divine Hood. He says, let's keep it simple. We can remain bearish overall until we reclaim the 4-month range value area low. Until then, we have a higher probability of going to the downside. Yes, that's a very true statement. Keeping it simple. Shout out to Divine Hood, keeping it simple up in here. Make sure to like the stream. 800 people, 300 likes. Makes me feel worse than the time 618 rejected me. But yeah, right now, as Divine Hood says, this value area low, if it ever shows up on the screen, if it ever shows up, there we go. Unless we reclaim this, the chances are higher that we continue to the downside. So if we're keeping it simple right here, our major areas of interest for us are going to be number 1, 64, number 2, 67, and then number 3 is going to be the low 50s from this zone right here, right? And that's where we would look for, you know, the high, the low, lower high, the lower low to come in, and then we take it from there. That's keeping it simple. That's keeping it simple. What do I think about the black swang avian flu in India? I don't know. Jeff Berwick is great too. Yeah, I love Jeff Berwick, man. Like, I love Jeff Berwick. He's a cool guy. You know, R.I.P. Lucy. I don't know. Is that the same H5N1 flu that they're talking about in the news and stuff like that, in the media? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. Like, you know, here's what I really think about it. I think there's probably going to be some kind of pandemic that comes around that's going to be kind of devastating. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Cardio makes thin, says Henry Shega. Well, I don't have to worry about that, man. I don't have to worry about being thin. I'll be honest with you. You know why? Because I'm the opposite of a hard gainer. I'm an easy gainer. Left to my own devices, I would probably weigh like 350 pounds if I didn't just walk on the treadmill and stay active and lift weights. All right. I'm an easy gainer. All right. I could like starve myself and still like maintain a muscular physique. The reason is because I have such a big appetite. I have like, I don't know if it's psychological or what. But like, it's honestly like, it's hard for me to eat fewer than 4,500 calories a day. Like it's hard for me to eat less than 4,500 calories a day. Like if I'm eating like 4,000 calories a day, I'm starving. Like I have no energy. I'm like a truck that gets very, very low gas mileage, right? I don't know. Like I just eat so much food. I don't know what it is. So my body naturally like intakes a lot of calories. So I could walk and it doesn't really matter, you know? It actually keeps me leaner, keeps me feeling better than if I don't do cardio. If I don't walk, if I don't stay active, I get chub. I get a little chubby, you know what I'm saying? So, what is the guy who always calls spot and macro? His name is Ed Bugos. Ed Bugos from the Dollar Vigilante. Alright. Throw away processed carbs, that's for sure. I also am a huge proponent of whole foods. Let's be more crazy. It's very easy for me to eat 4,500 calories every day of whole foods. Whole, single ingredient foods. Lots of potatoes, lots of sweet potatoes. If I'm gonna have a grain, it's like quinoa, millet, buckwheat. Lots of fruits, vegetables, dairy products, lots of eggs. Cheese, raw cheese. It's easy to get your calories in if you're eating raw cheese and milk and eggs, I'll tell you that. J-Boy Bullish is the hardest gainer. Alright. Shout out to Chubbs. Shout out to Muzz G who says turquoise drinking coffee face. Turquoise drinking coffee face. Turquoise drinking coffee face. Do I think Germany will win UEFA Euro? I don't know. What is that? Is that soccer? Or as everyone else calls it, football? Is that what that is? I have no idea. I don't follow sports ball of any kind. I went to a Super Bowl party once, but I didn't even watch enough to see them make a basket at all. I didn't see them make a basket. So I barely even watched the game. How many eggs daily? Well, it varies, alright? It varies. There was a point where I was eating like 20 eggs a day. Last year. I have about 40 laying hens. So we're getting about 30 something eggs a day, give or take. I was eating 20 eggs a day, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. You know, you figure 20 eggs a day. If you have 3 meals a day and each meal is 6-7 eggs, yeah, it's not that much, really. I mean, it's like a portion. It's like, you know, eating a piece of meat or whatever. So, but nowadays I'm typically eating between 3 and 6 a day. Between 3 and 6 a day. What do I think about real world assets? Is real world assets a asset, or is it? Are you talking about tangible stuff? Because if you're talking about tangible stuff, yeah, I invest, man. I invest. Do I have a specific number of proteins I hit daily? I don't care really, but in general, like if I track my stuff out, it's usually around 200. You know, a lot of farts. I actually don't really have any gas, to be honest with you. You know, I don't. Yes, sir, says the roids look good on me. Thank you, thank you. Do I invest in altcoins? Yeah, I have altcoins. You know, I should have sold them in hindsight, but I'm still hodling a lot of things. Have I slaughtered pigs or goats? I have not, man. Only chickens. All right. I don't eat pigs. I do eat goats. I never slaughtered a goat. I've never slaughtered a pig. I have slaughtered many chickens. All right. All right. Divine Hood says, what about the local 6 Juanita rejection? All right, let's check it out here. He says we have bearish absorption. Let's check it out. Let's go over to our Bitcoin chart and let's pull our local fib from the high to the low. And we've got our local golden pocket right here. And let's go to our order flow chart, to our 1 minute, and see what we got going on. Oh. Yeah, it looks not so great. We have a pretty big bearish CVD divergence into that golden pocket. Yeah, and it's 11 o'clock, which means this is the time where we usually start to take a dump. If we're gonna. Doesn't look so great, Divine Hood. It doesn't really look that great. You know, I am obviously not gonna take profits on this long trade here that I'm in, because I've determined that it's the risk I'm taking on this is my $700 risk, and I'm totally fine with that because I have other places I'm looking to long, but I recognize that if we were going to continue this uptrend, it was going to be from here, so it is what it is. I'm willing to take that loss. $700, not a big deal. But yeah, could be, man, could be. We're starting to take a dump from there as well. We're starting to take a dump from there as well. That's right, they call me Pollo Assassin. What about fish? Do I have a pond? I don't have a pond, but I love fishing and eating fish. Especially wild caught fish. Alright. Shout out to Crypt Keeper. He says 9 eggs for breakfast with a bowl of oats. Sounds pretty cool, man. Do I take creatine? Nope. It gives me diarrhea. Alright. It makes me dump like Bitcoin. Right? I don't know, it just doesn't do. I've never experienced a good experience on creatine. I've never experienced stronger, I've never experienced fuller, I've never experienced more stamina. I've only ever experienced having to run to the bathroom after like a week of taking it. Just 5 grams a day after a while just does something to me. I don't know. Alright, shout out to Divine Hood. He shorted, he's in 2 shorts. Divine Hood just shorted this last night, and he shorted this. Shout out to you, man. Divine Hood's a great trader. Alright. Alright, guys. You know what? I'm gonna head out. I've got some things to do on the homestead. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. Even if you are not religious, may the Lord bless you, and may He bless your family. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.